Hello, greetings from COVID quarantine. Yes, COVID has finally hit me. I am fortunate, though, that I got medication very quickly, and one day later, I'm back to work. So fear not, modern medicine is great. And how wonderful to have virtual communication so that you're all safe. You can just get my valuable information from the safety of where you are. Today, we are going to talk about body language in the workplace. And now, with so many of us working virtually, it's more important than ever. My name is Jayne Latz, also known as the communication trainer. And I am so excited about this hot topic today on our live stream. It is something I am passionate about. You are going to get so much information about body language in person on the virtual platform, and you will get to hear about a very exciting offer that I'll be sharing with you, or an exciting message, I should say. Today, I'm here to answer questions about body language in the workplace and invite you to post them in the comment section. So let's get started with a question. And if this is your first time watching, you may want to subscribe because we have so much more great content to follow. Why is body language important? Why is it an important factor to communicate with confidence in the workplace? It's a great question. No matter how engaging or interesting a speech may be, if that speaker is giving off negative body language, then the audience is less likely to really pay attention. Have you observed someone's negative body language? If so, what examples can you think of? What examples can you post in the comments section? I just glanced when I turned to the comments section and I saw I have someone here from Japan. I love this virtual platform because it brings the world together. So thank you, Yuji, for visiting from Japan. And Daniel, I told you you weren't going to be alone for long, but make sure you feel free to comment in the chat. So what are some examples of negative body language? We all know the arms crossed, right? That's definitely negative. What else might there be? Think about your body language. Communication in the workplace is essential to performing tasks and working as a team. The words spoken are only part of the communication puzzle. Body language communicates a colleague's feelings or intentions. There is research, long-standing research, that says that body language is responsible for 55% of the impression you are making when you meet somebody. 55%. While body language covers a wide range of human expression, the most crucial aspects are posture, eye contact, personal space, and don't forget that smile. I have worked with many people, yes, many, who have shared with me that they are aware that they don't know how to smile. Several years ago, someone came to me at the end of a presentation I was giving to say that they needed my services. And when I met with them the first time, after an hour, I said to them, "Do you realize that you did not smile once?" And they said, "I know, it's a problem." I said, "You need to work on that." The next week, when we met again, I commented at the end, "I'm happy to report I noticed you smiled 2 times." And they said, "I worked on it all week." So, yes, we can change our behavior. Question number 2, or the next question: what technique should I keep in mind regarding body language techniques for in person speaking? 1, posture. Posture is so important. You have a colleague, they look alert, friendly, ready to give you their full attention thanks to good posture. They're standing tall, sitting tall, back straight, and facing you with a smile. How confident would you feel about this employee's willingness to help? And what could their posture tell you that might let you know you want to stay away? Remember, we talked about that hands folded. That's one. Please feel free to comment and share what else you might think of. What other techniques are important? Eye contact. Eye contact is so important. When speaking with someone face to face, one of the fastest ways to build a personal connection is through eye contact, which is simply looking at someone in the eyes during an interaction, during a conversation. Good eye contact shows you are paying attention, and it helps you read facial expressions and can make you feel more confident. Now, eye contact does vary around the world. So if you are traveling, know and understand the culture that you are in. But how would you feel in the United States? Eye contact is very important to establish trust in relationships. So, how would you feel if you were speaking to someone in person and they were looking at their phone? It happens, right? How would you feel? What does that say about eye contact? Another body language technique to be aware of in person is personal space. Personal space is a simple yet critical aspect of body language. In the US, it's roughly a 4-foot radius around somebody, although it can vary, again, depending on the individual, COVID, and the culture. If you get too close, someone may feel uncomfortable or even threatened by that presence. Personal space does differ around the world, so be familiar with the cultural norms of the area you may be visiting. Next, we're going to talk about body language techniques for virtual speaking, but let me just glance because I see some comments and I don't want them to get lost. Someone's greeting from the Philippines. Thank you for joining. Body language is a necessity towards people who to help them feel more comfortable and attentive. Great. Yuji from Japan. You love the way I teach. Thank you so much. That's why I am here, to provide the training for people around the globe. Dennis, as a public figure, I think former President Trump exhibited poor body language. He also folded his hands when speaking. We'll stay away from politics on my live stream if that's okay, but I appreciate your comment. And Jai, a good technique of having body language is to be attentive and a good listener. Absolutely. Great comment. So, what are a few body language techniques for virtual speaking? And by the way, if you missed out last year on an entire year of my 1-minute video tips every week, You can go back on YouTube, they are all there, or you can even access them on my website in a great ebook called 52 Amazing Virtual Tips, because it is so important to be aware of body language when you're in a virtual meeting, because that is our life today, right? So, when attending a virtual meeting, avoid frowning, staring, or any facial expression that may have an impact on the conversation you're speaking to. Watch your face. Remember that friendly smile we talked about. Be aware of that, because there is less of a connection than when you're in person. So you do want to be engaging and open to those you're meeting with. You may even want to raise your eyebrows a little bit to show engagement and enthusiasm during the conversation. And gestures are a great way to convey energy. So here I am from my COVID quarantine, and with my hands and my smile, you may not even know that, right? Because I'm sharing some hopefully great energy. Let me know if you don't think so in the comments. Um, you can tell a story and emphasize a message, but those hands, those gestures will bring that story to life. And another great thing about the virtual platform and nonverbal communication is you can use the reactions. When you're in some of those meetings, I don't want to call out to one platform or another, you can use reactions to communicate as well. And that also connects you with your audience. And speaking of connecting with an audience, if you want to learn firsthand the secrets, the tips, and the techniques of how to do all of what we've talked about and what I'm going to talk about, you have one day left to grab the early bird pricing of an incredible workshop I'm giving on June 30th. June 30th, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time till 3. It is 3 hours and it will go so quickly. I have done this workshop really around the globe, virtually or in person, for several years to private organizations. And this is the very, very first time I'm offering it to you, the public, individuals. And I pull back the curtains so that I can really show you how to be a rock star when you are in meetings, presenting, whether you're presenting to 1 or 1,000. So remember, tomorrow is the very last day of early bird pricing. The pricing's ridiculous. Ridiculous how inexpensive it is for one more day. So grab your seat. Seats are limited because I do want this to not just be, oh, another one of those where I'm going to sit back and kind of be bored. No, it's interactive. More than this. This is quiet interaction. I just get to read chats. That's live interaction. It is your opportunity to ask me questions and for me to give you those answers. So don't forget, grab your seat and join me on June 30th. Why am I picking public speaking as a topic for June 30th? Why is public speaking so important? Feel free to share your thoughts. Public speaking allows us to form connections, influence decisions, and motivate change. Effective public speaking skills have many direct benefits for the speaker, including influencing the world around you, developing leadership skills, and becoming that go-to person for ideas and solutions. Going back to leadership skills, I want to tell you that, wow, since back in about October, November, many of the inquiries that I get at my company, Corporate Speech Solutions, are about individuals that either just got promoted or took on a new job, and they know they need to build their communication skills for this leadership role. Communication skills and leadership, they go hand in hand. Other people have reached out because they want that promotion. They want that new job, and they know they need to build their communication skills for that opportunity. So keep in mind, strong communication will get you career advancement. That's why I chose that topic for June 30th. Okay. Oh, one more thing. I know not everyone likes the time. It's 12 to 3, middle of the afternoon for Eastern Seaboard, but that's exactly the issue. If you glance, we have people here from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Japan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had to pick a time that would work for people on the East Coast, West Coast, and around the world. So I hope some of you, the timing works. Otherwise, reach out if you are interested and we can work something out. How can we practice these body language techniques? We now know 55% of the impression you make is due to body language. We now want to make sure that we improve our body language and we're aware of our body language. Awareness is first. Look at how I'm sitting up tall. When we started the virtual world in 2020, we saw people's cheeks, we saw people's foreheads because everybody had a camera in the wrong direction. Now, hopefully, you sit up tall and you can position yourself in that confident way. Remember the good posture. So awareness is number one. Being aware also means that you can pick up on other people's unspoken emotions and reactions, and that is so valuable. I can pick up from someone kind of in a second if they are distracted or maybe even disinterested. I happen to love watching others because you get so much information. So here's 2 examples. I was doing a training in person in a company pre-COVID, and it was on public speaking and presentation skills. And when I was going around the table, there were about 5 people in the group, maybe a little bit more. When I got to this individual named Mark, and I asked him a question, he bent down to tie his shoelace. You may have heard this story before, but I'll never forget it. And I said, Mark, I am sure that you needed to tie your shoelace. I just find it interesting that you chose the minute I called on you to tie your shoelace. That was letting me know how uncomfortable he was being put on the spot. So imagine if you did that and I was a senior leader. How are you coming off to me in an emerging leader role? Another individual, a high-level executive in a professional sports team. Yes, I had the honor of working with a professional sports team. It was very exciting. The executive level. When I asked an individual a question, high level, I think he said he worked in sports for 20 years. He was twirling his water bottle the entire time he was answering my question. A confident individual is not twirling a pen, playing with a water bottle, tying a shoelace. They are sitting tall, standing tall, and their arms and hands are comfortably at their side. So watch what you're doing with your hands. Other types of body language indicate that someone could be bored with what is being said. This may be in a presentation, a team meeting, or even a one-on-one chat. What are some examples of body language that can reveal boredom? Any thoughts? It could be going back to looking at your phone. It could be looking down or letting us know you might be on your monitor answering emails while the meeting is going on. Certainly can be some other distractions. So let me know what you see when you know that someone is bored. I'll peek for a second. I think I see someone else has joined us from South India. Hello, Chandra. Thank you. Thank you. Alan, I hope I greeted you already from Kenya. Hida, I have a lot to say in public, but I'm hesitant. What should I do? You should join my course on June 30th. We will give you tools to be a confident communicator. That's my purpose. It doesn't just happen overnight, but we have fear reduction techniques and great training so that you will speak up and be heard. And Hida and everybody else, if you don't know, I was not a confident communicator for the first 30 years of my life. And Hida, I did not raise my hand or speak up in any academic class I ever was in. You could find my story on other videos, but it is true. If you learn the techniques and build your confidence, and that's what June 30th is all about, you will be able to speak up and be heard. I'm proof. Regards from New York City. Yay, I try every day my best to improve my English speaking. Well, in case any of you don't know, Corporate Speech Solutions was founded and existed in New York City for about 14 years until COVID hit. Now we're virtual, but I love seeing New Yorkers. And supply chain, you're from India, welcome. And you want to know a little bit about persuasion. Good topic. I do believe I recently made a video on that. So we can, and if not, I'll create one just for you. All right, Jai, the link is in the chat. We can post it again and all the details are there. You have one more day for an incredible price for that event. One more day. And by the way, even after early bird, the price is still amazing for the content that you are getting. I am actually presenting this to an organization twice that I'm traveling to. Once, the next one is in August, and they're paying a lot more than what you are all getting it for. So grab this opportunity. All right. So no one has any comments about what it looks like to be bored. What's nonverbal boredom? You know, I talked about the phone where we've all been with people where they're talking into the phone. People use body language to also convey positive feelings, right? Hopefully I convey positive feelings. They convey trust, interest, and happiness. Spotting these signs can reassure you that others are engaged with what you're saying and put you at ease with the situation. And that's one of the beautiful things about June 30th. Your faces are going to be there. I will be able to really monitor engagement. It won't just be a chat, but we will be engaged. This is not a webinar where I speak and you're all blocked out and I don't see you. You are actively participating with me. I think that's very exciting. Your nonverbal signs play a very big part in how people view you. Okay. Jai said when the topic is uninteresting. I think you might be referring to boredom when the topic is not interesting, and feel free to clarify it in the chat because I'm not sure if that's what you were saying. But here's the thing, everybody. If you're in a meeting with senior management and your videos are on as they should be, and you don't find the topic interesting, but senior management is there, They are watching. And now you know that your body language will let them know if you are not engaged and if you're bored. So remember, you know that adage, fake it till you make it. You need to still show engagement if senior management is there, your boss, depending who's in that room with you or live or virtual, you need to feign interest depending on who's in the room. And one more thing about body language, I like to remind everybody, if you're in a meeting, and I'm not talking about a webinar that's, no one will see you, there's 100 people on the call. If you're in a meeting and it's virtual and there's 5 people, 10 people, it's your team, you need to have your video on even if they're not asking. Because again, what is that saying about you? That you're disinterested. If you were in a conference room pre-COVID, you couldn't just put up a black screen. So again, as we move up that corporate ladder, people are watching. And body language speaks volumes. And body language is 55% of the impression you are making. So what does your body say about you? I want you to think about your posture, your eye contact, and your personal space. Be sure to sit tall, exude confidence, and don't forget to smile. I'm Jayne Latz, the communication trainer, and I hope to see you and interact with you on June 30th. Thank you so much for joining me from all over the globe today. I am signing off, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, be well, and be safe.